5 main mistakes of novice poker players. Poker is undeniably a game with a nuanced theoretical fabric. Even if you adeptly grasp the intricate strategies and subtleties of this card game, triumph is not assured. Your knowledge must be judiciously applied in the crucible of actual play. It's not just about knowing the route, but traversing it adeptly. That's why Limbo Union has prepared for you the top 5 most common and main mistakes common to beginners in poker. Identifying and rectifying these lapses in your gameplay will fortify your strategy against adversaries, rendering you a more formidable contender. It shall certainly amplify the challenge for opponents to thwart you, and financial gains are poised to validate this over time. Mistake 1. Bluffing misstep or inept bluffing. Many novices, armed with rudimentary insights from instructional materials, embark on a tight, aggressive style. However, they often overlook that the crux of even such a style lies in post-flop aggression continuation. Novices tend to limit themselves to a mere continuation bet after securing a strong pre-flop combination. Notably, pre-flop aggression often allows one to commandeer the pot with a well-timed bluff on the flop, especially when high cards like ace, king, or queen grace the board. There's an alternative breed of players who excessively perpetuate their aggression, even on flops incongruent with their pre-flop range. Such boards are unsuitable for bluffing, like coordinated flops and medium cards, e.g. 8, 9, 10. A case in point is Jacobson's astute maneuver against Kalman. Although empty-handed, the Swede executed bluff bets on the flop, turn, and river, coercing a call from Coleman and seizing the pot. Mistake 2. Excessive calling. This predicament afflicts not only novices, but also seasoned professionals. I classify any feeble bets as cola, dooming oneself to agonizing decisions in subsequent streets. If you sense a recurring ailment, consult the hold-in manager. Set the filter to scrutinize distributions that unfolded, ensuring your penchant for feeble openings doesn't bleed substantial funds. Examine the Freerolls against Lamprecht, where inexplicably, an ace-high file calls the flop raise, and subsequently lull in on the turn. Always bear in mind that opponents tend to bet robust hands more frequently than feigning a bluff with an empty hand. Mistake 3. Lack of gaming and financial discipline. Overcoming opponents is one facet. However, the absence of a coherent plan for escalating limits, managing the bankroll, and structuring gaming sessions precipitates downfall. Playing beyond the bankroll at higher limits often stems from undue confidence or attempting to recoup losses in a session's final throws. After securing a few victories, players yearn to swiftly amass winnings, leaping across game disciplines from tournaments to cash games and vice versa. Remember, pursuing 2 objectives concurrently leaves you catching neither. Opt for the game format aligning with your strengths and hone your expertise. Mistake 4. Erroneous bet sizing. In poker, grasping when to bet and when to decelerate is pivotal. Opting to bet introduces the intricate conundrum of sizing. A modest bet lures nearly any hand from opponents, but confers enticing pot odds. It shields against opponent draws, but fetches less. Conversely, a larger bet dithers opponents, particularly novices, yet makes calling more challenging. For novices, it's prudent to deploy bets equating to half, 2/3, or 3/4 of the pot. The bet size should mirror the pot size. Greg Milkman's misplay on VPD underscores the importance of adhering to the rules, safeguarding against cheap peaks. Liloff, despite missing the flop, withstood Greg's sizable bet and ultimately flipped the tide in their favor. Mistake 5. Overlooking the opponent's persona. Poker's uniqueness lies in strategy adaptability, exerting a profound influence on outcomes. Employing a monotonous approach, disregarding opponent dynamics, jeopardizes a substantial chunk of potential profit. Why settle for a half-pot bet against a fish with a potent hand? They'll call any bet. Instead, a pot-sized bet amplifies returns. Similarly, bluffing regulars with a standard half-pot bet is easily discerned. Elevating the bluff bet size augments the range of combinations opponents might relinquish. Recall the iconic high-stakes poker hand where opponents underestimated the bluff prowess of King Tong 1, succumbing to his aggression that ousted Peter's trips and a subsequent pair of aces. In essence, poker players, even novices, commit errors aplenty. Recognizing these typical mistakes is the first step. Seasoned mentors adeptly navigate these pitfalls. We are confident that, with proper guidance, you too can refine your bluffing artistry and emerge as an enigmatic figure to your adversaries. Join us now in our Limbo Poker Union, where the stakes and excitement await you.